Hey everyone, welcome back to Tron. In today's video, it's organizing time again. So if you've been watching some of my recent videos, you know I've been going through my collection, trying to clean it up a little bit, make a little bit more of a nicer display instead of just a bunch of items on a shelf. I want to focus, and today's video, I really want to focus on my ET collection. I have a lot of ET items here, and a lot of them are just on one shelf. I mean, I do have some on the pegboard here, but a lot of them are stuck on this shelf, and I really want to expand it. I want to give it at least 2 to 3 shelves for my ET collection, because ET is one of my favorite movies of all time. And I also have Dukes of Hazzard, some other items. I want to put those on a separate shelf. All my black hole figures, and I have a lunchbox. I have some other items. I want to put that on a different shelf, a little bit higher. All my Toonie Terrors are going to go in the horror collection. That'll be a separate video. I have big plans for that room. But today's video, we're just going to change it up, put some new shelving here, rearrange things a little bit, and have a little bit of fun along the way. So what do you say? Let's do this! Alright, before we take these shelves down, we have to remove all the figures from here. And again, the reason why I'm doing it, replacing the shelves, is because they don't go all the way to the wall. As you can see, there's a little gap there, a few inches. So it is 36 inches from wall all the way to the firehouse. So I have a bunch of new shelves for here, and I bought some for the horror room, but that'll be a separate video, and that'll be a different day when I work on that. So all the Toonie Terrors are going to get put in a box for now, and then some of them will make the cut and end up on shelves. Some of them will end up in a bin in the horror room. But again, what I like about this is, I mean, there's quite a few here, but what I like about it is, even though I won't display them all at once, I'll change it up every few months or every year. I'll make it a different display, and it kind of just makes it a little bit more interesting and instead of having the same thing all the time. Now, my ET collection, I'm excited about showcasing everything here. I want to have a few shelves for ET. I have quite a few items. These are actually puzzles, and they're still wrapped up, so you can't even see it. I want to display it so you can hopefully see it, and that's my plan. Not sure if it's going to work out, but hopefully it will. Again, I love E.T., one of my favorite movies of all time. And Battlestar Galactica, I want to put that on a shelf way up there, along with my Tron figures, Clash of the Titans, Black Hole. I want to have those on separate shelves. Down here, we have the micro collection for Star Wars. I want to put those where the Dukes of Hazzard is. Hopefully the Dukes of Hazzard will end up on one of the shelves up here. I want to put the micro collection right next to the mail-away Star Wars stand. I think it'll look good. I'm not sure if it'll all fit there. Hopefully I'll be able to at least put the Death Star set over here, and maybe the Bespin set will have to, all 3 sets will have to go somewhere else. But I'm pretty excited about it. I think it'll look really good. Hopefully, we'll find out soon enough. But first things first, we have to take all these figures off this shelf. Oh, it's going to be a nightmare, but it'll look good. Let's do this. All right, there we go. Empty shelves. Now the 2x4s for the risers, I'm actually going to replace it with this. Hopefully that'll be a decent, it might be a little too high, but we'll see. But yeah, I want to replace and put some of those on some of these shelves to display the figures. I'm going to have to do some patchwork. It shouldn't be too difficult and too time consuming. Just patch those little holes up. I'm not going to paint it. I'm just going to patch the holes and then put the shelves up. And hopefully it'll look pretty good. you go. I think it looks a lot neater. I like the clear risers. The clear risers make it look a little bit nice and clean. We have Count Chocula there. Some fun items. Blueberry. There is Yummy Mummy right there. You don't see that cereal anymore, unfortunately. We have Frankenberry and Fruit Brute. Again, you don't see that cereal either. But yeah, I love it. I love my Monster cereal. And I think it looks a lot neater. And it looks pretty good. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? All right, now we have to remove this shelf. We're going to put another shelf here. And I think I'm going to have to measure it because I want to put my black hole figures here. So yeah, this should be interesting and fun. But first, I have to move all my ET items because I don't want anything getting damaged. All right, the next shelf is up, and this is going to be where all my black hole items go. Now, this is how I used to guide where the shelf was going to go, because this is one of my favorite items, and see how it fits in there nice and snug. And this has a bunch of items in it. I had this as a kid. This isn't my childhood one, but I did have this as a kid, and I love it. And it has a bunch of stuff. It has little golden books, a golden poster storybook, golden book of things to do, a press-out book, coloring book, and 2 robot puppets. Yeah, this thing is super cool. A bunch of items in here. Let me know in the comments if you ever want to take a look at all those items. I'll do that in another video if you're interested in checking that out. But yeah, I love it. All right, there is my black hole shelf, and I love it. I think it looks fantastic. I was going to put other items here, but I think just having all the black hole here, I think it looks great. Nice and clean. There's my only carded figure, that is Harry Booth. But yeah, I love it. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of this shelf? All right, I think I can put up 2 more shelves before I get too low. 2 more shelves for figures, and then I'll work on the ET items. But yeah, I think I can have, it doesn't have to be so spaced. I can have it less. I want to do Dukes of Hazzard and Battlestar Galactica with Tron and some other figures. So I think it'll look pretty good. Hopefully I'll have enough space to do it all, put all the figures on, because I like it nice and clean like this. I think it looks great. Here we have my Dukes of Hazzard shelf. This is the 1981 Barnyard Buster by Knickerbocker. And the Mego General Lee with the figures. And there's a couple of watches still in the box. So yeah, I love the Dukes of Hazzard setup. I think it looks great. Next up, I just took 2 shelves down, and look at all the holes I have to fill. Don't tell my wife. But I think I can put 2 more shelves here, and then we'll start working on the ET display. So far, I think it's coming out pretty darn cool. All right, just put up the next shelf. And this is my Battlestar Galactica and Star Trek and Buck Rogers. So there's Tweaky. Love Tweaky. Here is the Cylon Raider from 1978. We have some Topps cards. I believe those are Topps cards. Actually, they kind of look like Wonder Bread cards, don't they? But there we have Battlestar Galactica figures. I love that. We have both versions of the dog. Let me know in the comments, what's the dog's name? I can't remember. but we have the Colonial Vipers, I believe those are called. Let me know if I am correct or incorrect. It's been a while. But I have a bunch of different versions of the ships, as you can see there. Now, this is the rocket firing one. And the rocket firing one, if you know the story of the rocket firing Boba Fett, these are the reasons why they didn't make the rocket firing Boba Fett, because of these missiles. And these probably look just like what would have came out of Boba Fett, his rocket pack. See if I can, well, you can see what it is. So those go in those spots and they fire. But yeah, I like this collection. I like this display. It's nice and clean. I could probably add a few more figures. Maybe, I don't know, it's kind of white. I'm so used to doing some different colors on the floors, as you can see. But I think for the shelf, I think I'm just going to keep it white and no background. I think it looks pretty good. But I have one more shelf to put up for some more figures, including my Tron figures. So I'm going to put that there, and then we'll work on the ET display. I thought I would have been on the ET display by now, but I have so many cool figures, and I like the way this is coming out. All right, the next shelf I'm going to have to cut because of this shelf. This is like a permanent wall shelf, I guess you want to call it. But I'm going to start it like exactly right here. And I think it's going to be perfect for this Intellivision Tron game, because I want to display that too on the Tron shelf. So I'm going to have to cut this. I think it's like 31 inches. So I have a 36-inch board that I'm going to have to cut. I'm going to have to cut two of them. One for my Tron and Clash of the Titans figures. And then I'll have to cut another shelf for my ET display. So let's go cut some wood. All right, I marked my boards and I put some painter's tape here. So this piece of, it's not really wood. It's probably like particle board with like a hard plastic coating. I'm not really even sure what you call it. Let's see if I can find the exact name for it. But I don't want it chipping, so I put this painter's tape here, so when I cut it, hopefully it won't chip. And one is slightly longer than the other because it's the lip in the molding gives me an extra inch to play around with. So let's get cutting. So there you go. I think the cuts are really good. As you can see, it is particle board. This will go against the wall and the finished edge will be in the open so you can see the finished edge. But this will go against the wall and I think it's a pretty decent cut. So check it out. Nice and level and nice and flush with the other shelf. Perfect. So again, if you're interested, these are the shelves that I picked up, and they're roughly 8 by 36, and they work fantastic, and they're easy to cut. Here's the barcode if you're looking for it. these are the L brackets I use to put the shelves up, and this is the drywall screws I use to anchor them in. And I use the long side for the shelf and the shorter side for the wall. Here's the barcode for these if you're looking for them. They're usually right, they're going to be right over with the shelving units anyway, so. All right, both shelves are up and they actually look really good. Nice and flush. Perfect. So let's put some figures on there. Wow, that actually looks a lot better than I thought it was going to look. Let's start over here. We have Clash of the Titans figures. That is a custom Bilbo the Owl. We have Tron figures. I think that guy is a Super 7, but the other ones I believe are original. I know those two guys are original, but the cycles are original. I do have the ripcords right over here. There is an Intellivision game, and I think that fits perfect in there. We have the Dark Crystal figures. Those are Super 7. I have some vintage cards here. I think those are fun. That is my custom Willow figure. And we have a Flash Gordon figure. So yeah, I think it came out really good. I love it. And I use those riser. I love the clear risers, right? All right, now it's time to go over to E.T. Now I have one shelf dedicated for E.T. figures and stuff. But right down here is another place I can put the E.T. items. That's where the micro collection was. And I think the micro collection looks really good over here. Right next to the mail-away display stand. I'll have to find another spot for the Hoth Bespin set. But right there, I think that looks really good. But let's go over to E.T. and see if we can make this look pretty good. Check out this Shrinky Dinks. This is unopened. Absolutely love it. I would like to open it and make some Shrinky Dinks, but definitely going to keep it sealed. But how cool is that? Great box art. Check out this E.T. VHS. Look at its green. How cool is that? Awesome. Here are the E.T. puzzles I was talking about. Look at how awesome that art is. I love it. Scenes from the movie. This is definitely an iconic. Well, they're both iconic scenes, right? Check out this Red 5 E.T. Luke Skywalker's helmet. I think this is a cute display. Check out a couple of these E.T. sticker cards. These are super cool. I love that one. This one is really fun. I love that image of E.T. right there. That is cool. Yeah, I have a bunch of E.T. cards and the box that they came in. So check this out. So this is like the original box that held all the E.T. cards. There's a bunch of loose cards in there, but I think the display, 30 cents each for E.T. cards. I love it. And I have a toy E.T. blanket hanging over the side because I think that's fun. But let's check out the collection. There is all my E.T. items. Well, most of them, not all of them. I do have a few more items, but I'm limited on space. Even after organizing, I still don't have enough space for my E.T. collection. But this is an E.T. eating tray. I love this. This is cool. And then we have the Speak and Spell E.T. toy, color forms, Mikkel's E.T. costume that you could make, some more toys on the wall. There are some E.T. cards. That is like a 3 or 4 pack of a bunch. How many cards in that set? 42 cards. Pretty cool. There is I love this E.T. display all encased. Pretty cool. We have some figures inside there. There's the ET puzzle right there. Unfortunately, I can only display one at a time, but I'll rotate it. Shrinky Dinks in the back. I love puffy stickers, ET puffy stickers. Look at that. We have ET necklace, some more ET items. I love that ET phone. Pretty cool. Here's my ET display here. This came with the board game, that ET dressed in the ghost costume. There's the vintage ET speaking. You pull the string. The ET VHS. Of course, you got to have Atari ET game, which is probably one of my favorite Atari games. I know people say it's the worst game ever made, but I think it's fun. There's some, I think that's when they reissued the movie in the theaters. Those are the figures that came out at Toys R Us. Not the NECA figure, but the other figures around it. There is a He's Back extraterrestrial that is a knockoff ET necklace back there. And a few more ET items, including the, I think that's macaroni and cheese ET figure. Yeah, super cool, and I love it. I do have an ET calendar. Unfortunately, I don't have any place to display it. I love it. I will have to find a place to display it sometime. It is really awesome. Let me show you. Check this out. Here is my ET 1983 calendar. This was gifted to me by Chris 1000 Ghosts. Thanks, Chris. I absolutely love this. Let's take a look. ET 1983. Check out the images. Pretty cool. There is, oh, I love that one. This is March. How cute is that? E.T. in the closet. Oh, look at that. The dog licking his face. Cute. There's E.T. dressed up with Gertie. Oh, I like that one. That's a touching moment. Oh, this one made me cry. Let me know in the comments. Did you shed a tear watching E.T.? I bet you did. Great image there. September and October. Say goodbye to E.T. Right there. I'll be right here. This is a great, great calendar. I love it. Thanks, Chris. Before we take a final look at the finished result, let's look back at what the display looked like before. Definitely a lot of work, but I feel this is an excuse to play with my toys, and I had a great time. So there you go. Shelves complete, display complete. I think it looks great, a lot better than what it did. I hope this kind of encouraged you to step out of your comfort zone and maybe hang up some shelves, display your figures a little bit differently. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. Let me know what's your favorite item here. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Do all that good stuff. Remember, we are all Geek Strong. Take care, everyone. Here's a little bonus footage. I do have a bunch of ET items here. Let's take a look at them. We have the stunt spaceship, pop-up spaceship. That is pretty fun. Here's the back of the card. Look at that. Pretty cool. Then I have a bunch of these ET original collectibles. This one is E.T. with the beer in his hand. I'm sure it's a beer, right? We watched the movie. E.T. with the blanket around him. E.T. phone home. E.T. with the flower pot. I'll call this bedtime E.T. with a book in his hand and a blankie. And last but not least, E.T. the extraterrestrial action figure. That is pretty cool. I love this. And most of these items were gifted to me by, again, 1000 Ghosts. So thank you, Chris. I absolutely love these. Definitely cherish these. E.T. is one of my favorite movies. I love it. Thanks, brother.